All right, so as you can see my screen, I'm sharing the course study that I put into the group. And so we want to just walk through it, and I'll just give brief explanations of what we are expected to do in each stage. So really speaking, to be able to be effective on this course, that's a section one we're looking at now. To be able to be very effective on this course, there are basic things that one needs. So first, you you need a computer, because you'll be drawing trend lines. You need something that you can use a cursor and draw those things. Smartphone, if you need to download the TradingView app and even the normal trading app, you need a good internet, because we've understood once for all that like people that I work with in Ghana, we have to go the lengths to get proper internet, because if the internet is bad, it is very, very challenging to be able to at least see trades or even get on meetings. And then the other thing is you need a TradingView account. The TradingView account, we have different stages or different levels. We have the free, and then the pro, and then those other bits. The thing is recommended that if you could just get the pro, that would be best, but it all depends on each person's financial standing. So at least if you don't have it all, just get an account anyway, if it's even a free one. And then what we will need is the trading accounts itself, not TradingView, but the trading accounts itself. We need to set up something like Binance or Bybit or Finex. When we get to those places, I'll tell you to set up. Now, what we've set up is a TradingView. If someone has not set them up and they need help, please let me know. Let me know in the group, and then we can find time and do a one-to-one and get you to set up. Okay. Now, from there, what we are doing now is we are in TradingView. That's TradingView tutorials. Tutorial A. TradingView tutorial A. That's we'll be doing how to set up trend lines, how to set up TradingView, which we've done. We did it last week. That was the recording we had, and then exploring the features. We've explored some of the features. But as we go on, you see that we'll keep exploring more of its features. So that the extra additional features will come up with time. Now, TradingView tutorial B. This is where we are now. That is support and resistance. How to draw support lines and resistance lines. We started the other time, but we'll do it again today. And then also what we call psychological levels. We'll treat those two today. We'll get them all recorded. And once we've recorded, we'll just upload it. I'm now getting used to how to edit videos and upload them on the channel, YouTube channel. So I'll make sure that we get this thing done, and then we upload it after this recording. Now, the next one after this will be the TradingView tutorial C. That is how to use trend lines and then channels. So when we get there, we would explain what that means, trend lines and channels. Because all these things we're trying to do, these are the basic tools that we use to trade. So we want to get the basic tools in. And then once you get all those tools under your belt, then we know that we can be profitable in the market. Now, from there, TradingView tutorial D, that has to do with candlesticks. So the types of candlesticks. And then normally candlesticks formation. We have the candlesticks do form certain things, like they can form this thing, the flag, bull flag, bear flag. But the candlesticks, and then candlesticks can form things that we call like morning star, evening star, doji, bullish engulfment, bearish engulfment, those things. So when we get there, we'll learn it in detail on candlesticks. Now, we also use candlesticks to almost determine what we call price reversals, meaning that the price, if let's say prices are going up, you can get to a point, the price would reverse, or the price will do what we call retracement or retrace. So when we get there, we'll show you how the candlesticks can be used to always determine price reversals or price retracements. Now, TradingView E is indicators. So in that stage, we will look at how we use indicators on TradingViews, how we can search for indicators, how we can edit indicators, how we can use indicators to help us do this trade. Now, the last one, Trading View Tutorial F, is trading strategy for swing trading and back testing. So there are strategies that people use in the market for trading. Some of them, they are like swing traders. Swing traders are people who will look at the market and then trade. But when they go into a trade, they go into trade in such a way that they will stay in the trade for 2 days, 3 days or more, or even more than a day. You know, so those people, we call them swing traders, because with them, they look at the market from a more macro point of view. They look at it from a bigger picture point of view. It's okay, generally prices is going to go this way over maybe the next few days. So I'm going to be in a trade and then trade out. They are called swing traders. So people who are in a trade for more than a day or a day or more, they are called swing traders. And then there's a strategy they use. So we're going to learn those strategies. And then trading strategy for intraday trading. Intraday trading are people who just like how you do your 9 to 5. You log on in the morning, in the evening, you finish your trading, you close up, you're gone. That's intraday trading. And then trading strategy for scalping. Scalping, these people are like, okay, I look at the trade, I sit for about 1 hour, 2 hours. I'm looking for opportunities that I can make quick money and go. So we call it scalping. They are all these things have strategies. There are many strategies that people use, but we'll teach a few of the strategies and then we keep adding up whenever we discover new strategies. And so all this part, which is section 1, it has all to do with Trading View and how we can use Trading View to determine the markets or to determine possible movement of direction of the market to be able to take advantage of price and then trade and make money. Now, section B. Section B has to do with, once you've done your analysis in Trading View and then you've done your strategies are all in Trading View, now you have to go to the trading platform itself to place your trades there. That is where the real action is. You know, so then what happens is that once we have learned all these basic things with the strategy and back tested, we've gone back and tested where these strategies have occurred and how it panned out. Then you come and start trading. But when you're trading, we don't want you to risk your money. It's okay, go and put money on it and start trading. Sometimes there's something we call the trading psychology. People will possibly place a trade and then the trade might be going in the right direction. And then for a minute, it reverses back in the opposite direction and they will panic. You know what I mean? So if you put your real money on it, sometimes you be scared. It's like the emotions can be all over the place. So we go into what we call testnet. The testnet is exactly like the trading platform, but just that you are trading with paper money. The money you're trading with there, it's not real money. But what it is it makes you get your feet wet in that kind of testnet environment. Play trade. Sometimes what we would recommend is the trading strategy. If you take maybe like the first one, you would try that strategy 100 times. And then as you keep trying those strategy in the testnet about 100 times, you keep recording instances. How many wins did you win? How many losses you made? If you won, why did you win? Did you follow the strategy to the T? If you've lost, why did you lose? And then what have you learned from that? How can you add that to your skills to be able to be a better trader? So we do all those things in the testnet. Do you understand? So we'll open the trading testnets, and then the thing is how to manage accounts. How to manage account is how to manage your trading account. And then trading psychology. Trading psychology has to do with emotions. Emotions. And also some emotions is based upon 2 things majorly. Either fear, because maybe you're trading and you're panicking that, hey, will this trade go the right way you want it to go? Or greed. You are trading, you've made some money, your trade is going well, but you are expecting that one trade to give you a lot more than it is going. And when you have to take away your money, you've still left it there, and greed is riding you, and then you realize that the thing possibly wouldn't go the direction anymore. So those are trading strategy, psychology, like the mentality behind trading, you know. And then what we have is documentation of your trade, which means that, let's say we're in the test net. When we're in the test net, you are testing 100 different trades to make sure that the strategy that you're using works. How we document it, there's going to be a way. Some people just will use a pen and a paper and document it. Some people will use a spreadsheet to document it. People have different ways. So when it gets there, we'll show you how to document it. Now, once you've mastered the trading psychology, once you master the testnet and the trading psychology and the documentation, we do it as many times as possible such that it becomes second nature. Such that when you see the trade you go in normally, it becomes like a walk in the park for you. Then you start trading for real. So at that time, even when you're trading for real, you've done the process again and again and again in the testnet, such that when you're trading, it feels like you're still in the testnet. And then because you've corrected all certain mistakes and everything that seems to hold you back, you corrected them while doing the testnet. Now you can trade, and most likely you can be profitable. But even then, when you're trading in the real thing, emotions can kick in, because now it is real. It is real money you're using. When you're losing real money. So still, we also reinforce the trading psychology, even when you're trading for real. And then we also bring up the managing trades and then documenting trades again, so that every win that you win, you ask yourself, why did you win? Could you have done anything to make a better win there? If you lose, why did you lose? What could you do next time? Or maybe did you follow the whole process, the step-by-step process, to be able to which could have made you win rather than losing, that kind of thing. So we document every trade, and that helps us to become better traders. So that is the shadow. The timing, I didn't put any time on it because I want everybody to get up to speed. You know what I mean? So really speaking, what I'm thinking to do is, for each lecture, we are not looking at lecturing more than possibly 20 minutes lecturing. You understand? So when we are doing this 20 minutes, we've done 20 minutes, let's say 20 to 30 minutes lecturing. Let's say. Once we've done that, then you will try it. I'll just open this thing. You try it. If you even want to share your screen, I'll let you share your screen, and then you can try it. You know what I mean? The challenge is some people are joining with your phones. Some people are joining with other devices, which possibly becomes difficult to share for them to demonstrate what you're doing. But those who feel comfortable, or those who need help for real, and they need help, they can ask the questions. So then it becomes short, concise, and then it gives everybody the time to go and look at this training step by step, and then they get a practice in. One thing I'll also recommend is that when we've shared the YouTube link, please look for other YouTube links as well. You know, please look for them, and then maybe support and resistance, psychological levels. Just watch other distance, so then you can get other perspectives from other people who are trading, just so that you add to your knowledge, and you can even share that knowledge with us, so then we can all learn together. Okay, so that's it. So now the topic that we are going on now is support and resistance and psychological levels. I'm going to change my screen now. Go. Trading here. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen now. So we are on this coin we call near protocol. I'm just going to clear the screen. Okay. Near protocol. That is fine. That is fine. Okay. All right. Hopefully you all can see my screen now. All right. So let me bring this in such a way that you can see the. Well, let's hide. Let's hide. Market cipher. All right. You can all see my screen, can you?
Yes, please.
That's fine. I want to tidy the screen nicely so that we can all be on the right page. Okay. Now, so when we say support and resistance are price levels, which price fail to go beyond. When we say a resistance, yeah, for example, it is a level at a point in time that price was unable to go beyond, right? So for example, as I said to you, let's be on the daily candles, right? So on the daily candles like that, so which means each candle here is 1 day. You will realize that when we got to this area, ignore the candles, yeah? Ignore this one. The candle, as I was saying, we have what we call the wick, and then we have what we call the body. Let me show you that quickly, and then I think when I'm explaining it, you will get it. So for example, this one, you see that green, this green thing over here, you see there's some kind of a tail or whatever at the top.
Yeah.
So, and there's something at the bottom. When you look at this one, it's a small, tiny, small one. So, which means that what happens is that when this candle was printing, it means that at a point, it came all the way down here. You understand? Because what happens is that, for example, this is 1 day. This red is 1 day. When this red 1 day ended, this one started printing. But when this one ended, is where this one started printing. But because you can see that there's a tail, it meant that at a point, excuse me, at a point, the candle went all the way down here, but it came back up again. And then it started printing all the way up here. And then it came and it ended here. Do you understand? And then this candle also started. I'm saying that to say that whenever you see a wick at the top, it means that at a point, the candle went all the way to that side, which means the whole price went up. When you see a wick at the bottom, which is the point, the whole price came down. Now, you can see that around this area at the top, we are looking at the candles' bodies, not the wicks, yeah? The bodies. So around this two area, you realize that price couldn't go beyond this level. I'm going to put a line there. Then you see. You see, so I'll put a line there. This line, price, look at these two candles, or in that area, you see all these four candles couldn't go beyond that area, right? Which means that when the price was coming up, the bodies could not resist that level. We call it a resistant line, right? Now, so a resistant line, can the guy, I think someone, I can hear someone's voice. Can you please mute it for, because we're recording, I want it to be quite clean. So you can see that resistance line, we put it at the top here. This is a resistance. So for example, let's start walking down this thing, price action from here, right? When you look very carefully at the bottom here, where I am, you can also see that, the candle bodies, we have candle 1, 2, 3. Let me expand this so you can see. Here, can you guys see 1, 2, 3? You realize the price could not go below that price. So when we put a line there, we call it a support or a floor. And then let's walk up the candles. Let's keep walking up. When we get to this point as well, you can see there are two prices. There are two things there. Let's say two candles that price couldn't go beyond. So that we call it at that stage, price was being resisted. So we can just put a line there. Oh, sorry. Let's put a line there. All right. So we are walking down again, and as we could see at the top here, there was also a place price couldn't go beyond. Hold on, what was that? There's somebody that came on here. Let me admit. Okay. Price couldn't go beyond, right? So it is what we call a resistance. So you can walk through these price actions and then you can see resistances. And when you're coming down, you can see places where it is support. Like here, you see price couldn't go below there. So it can be a support. And then you go and you pick your this thing, support, listen, your horizontal line and put it there, click it there. Now, how would you find this horizontal line? I told you guys that when you go into this bit, right? Anything that you see that I've starred, it comes into a menu, like a menu that you can access quickly. So when I unstar everything, you realize that my menu will get lost. Let me just unstar those things. As I unstar them, you realize that my menu will get lost. So like I've started all these bits and pieces here. My menu will start getting lost from here. Yeah, you know, so for example, let's say I'm looking for the horizontal line. I'll just go into this menu. You can play around with it. Go into this menu, look for the horizontal line, but I will style it so that I can have it accessible at the top. So it will come up at the top like that. Let me take it out. Look at the top here. Once I style it, it will come there as part of my thing. And that is what I'll be using to draw the support and resistance lines. Now, once you've drawn the support and resistance lines, what then happens is that this support and resistance lines, over time, you realize that price gets to those places and then it gets what we call a reaction. What we mean is so there are times as price keep going, it gets to those points and it wouldn't go past that line, or it gets to those points and it wouldn't go below that line. It can be respected in the future. So we are only aiming to be able to draw support and resistances. Okay, so this we can say it is a support and resistance line. Let's just put anything there. Now we are just drawing it, and I'll show you the difference between that and psychological levels. We come here, there's also one here, right? If you use an Apple laptop, there's a shortcut that you can use. I believe it is Alt H, which is Alt H. So you just put the thing there, and then you Alt. No, I'm sorry. It is Option H. Sorry, it is Option H, and then that draws the line for you. You go up here. We can also see here. There's a resistance there. Oh, sorry, done it wrong again. Let's go. There's a resistance at the top here. Option H. So you only would walk the line and see where there are two or more resistances. This one is close to this line, we ignore it. We go all the way to the top here, we come down. Here it's choppy, it's fine. You just wait, it's fine. Let's go all the way to down, see if we can get some special resistances. Yeah, here, like that, we can put one there. And then it comes all the way down to the bottom here. We're good. So these are resistances. Okay. Now, what we do is we can manage these lines by putting them into a folder, right? So what we do is if you want to put them into a folder, look on the side. You can see where my cursor is working on the right-hand side, all the way to the bottom. I'm going to do that again. On the right-hand side, all the way down to the bottom here. You see something like folders which have been made. All the lines that I've drawn, the support and resistance lines that I've drawn, you see, when you click on that one, it toggles. These are the resistances. So for example, the one I've clicked is the one that has been picked here. The next one is the one there. You can pick them, and it's the one there. You can pick them, and it's there, right? So for example, if you want to manage them, we want to put them all in a folder and then hide them. So then the chart looks clean. What we'll do is, first, if you are on the day, this time frame, we have color coding that we color the support and resistance lines. On the day time frame, we normally will color it as orange, right? So imagine you want to color this as orange. Select that, and then you see there's a menu that comes up. This menu, we have this coloring panel there. You can select the color panel, and then you can go and select this as orange, okay? But now, you have to go through and select all these things and make it orange. The shortcut is when you go into the panel, like you go all the way down, like as I told you, you select the panel, and then you select this Shift, or you can select Command and select all of them. This is just computer skill. Command and select all of them, right? And then, or you can just select the first one. Select the first one, and then select Shift. And then select the last one, so it highlights everything. And then you see at the top here, where it's giving you the folder thing. You select that one, right? When you select that one, you can change the name of the folder into, we are in the daily time frame, so you select daily, right? So when you name it as daily, what then happens is, let's select them all again and change the color. So when we select them all again, we want to change the color. So you come to the panel here, select it, we change all to orange, and now you get all as orange. You come out of that, and then you put them all in the folder. Now it is in the folder. You can see that there's something like an open padlock there. This open padlock, it means that if the padlock is open, it means you can move around these lines. For example, you can move them around. Let me move it back. If the padlock is locked, you cannot move around the lines. You can never move around the line because you've locked it in. And then this thing like an eye over there, if you click on the eye and there's a cross line around it, it takes off the lines away. So if you can toggle it on and off to show your support and resistance lines, and then you can close them to make the chart clean. So for example, what then happens is, I have this, imagine I have this lines, right? I've closed it, but I've come on the chart and I realize, oh, there's another support which has come. So I come in here, I select my line, I put a line here, let's say. Now you see that line alone is outside the folder at the top. When you look at the right here, it's outside the folder at the top. But I can drag it and put it into the daily folder. When I drag it and put it into the daily folder, now when I close it, it gets lost. You know what I mean? So now when I open it, every one of them comes up and it gets locked. Now, the other thing is, imagine you want to take out some of the, you want to hide some of these lines and leave the ones which is around where the price action is. You can go through each of them and then you can just close them as you wish. You know, you can go through just each of them. This one you want it back. Yeah, and then you can just close them as you wish. You want this back. You want this. You want this probably. Yeah. That's different. Where are the other ones? Okay, so you can just close them like that and you get a few. So you still have your horizontal lines there, and then you can hide it nicely, and then you can trade the market based on where price is sitting. So the summary on this one is, we can draw support and resistance lines on various time frames. We can do the daily. Normally we depict the daily with orange lines, and then we will create a folder for it, and then lock it up, and then we can hide it. Okay. And then the next support and resistance line that we normally would draw would be on the 4 hour, right? So on the 4 hour, we normally would do the same thing. but this time the lines are a different color. On the 4-hour, we draw it using the line green. So for example, where we look at where price are stuck here, and then we draw support and resistance, you see it is in orange. We want to go and change the color. We click on the line, we go into the panel, we select the green, and then we are out. Now, so let's say at the bottom here, there's also there's a support here. You know, the top was a resistance. Let's walk down. As we keep walking, you see there are no two places where price have stuck, except here. You know, so we come and then we say, we put the horizontal, we go to the top, this one. We put this thing, come all the way. This one is close, so you just will leave it. We come to the top here. It's funny, but you can leave those. It's not very clear, so you leave it because, and then you come here, you see here, there's a clear support and resistance. And then we go to the top, we come all the way here. These are lines from the previous time, but it works for these ones as well. Go all the way to the top. This is very close, you leave it. And then you come, this is also very close, you leave it. And then you come down here. This is quite close, so you just leave those. Now you come here, there's another support and resistance. There's a support line. The top is a resistance. You come all the way down here, there's a one there at the bottom here. All the way choppy down here. This one down here. This one. It goes all the way up here, possibly you can put one there. This one is basically judgment. So you can use your judgment to draw support resistant lines. And then there, we're good. You see, so now we've drawn the support resistance on the 4-hour. As I was saying, the daily, you use orange lines. The 4-hour, you use green lines. Okay. Now, let's pick them all up, right? And then we create a folder. So what I did by creating the folder, I'm repeating it again. Select the first one, shift, select the last one. See the folder sign, you click on that one. You go into this one, it says group 1. You click on it, and then you can change the name to what we call 4-hour, right? So you can write it, you can create a folder, the name you choose, and then we lock the lines, we hide it, and then we draw it into the folder. So we have the daily, and then we have the 4-hour. Now look at this very closely. When you've done this, yeah, I'm going to open the daily candles, the daily support and resistance, I'm saying, support and resistances, and you see how they look on the 4-hour. Sorry, this is the daily I'm going. You see the daily. You realize that the daily, some almost like coincidentally looks like it can coincide with some of the 4-hour, though we are on the 4-hour, you know what I mean? So, but we will get there when we're creating confluence. I forgot to even put confluence on this thing, but I'll put it in the list and then update it. You see, so what I'm just saying, when you're on the 4-hour, you can still switch on the daily and stuff like that. But really speaking, when we are on the 4-hour, we want to look at the 4-hour normally, you know what I mean? You can use the daily as a guide when it comes to trading strategy. But I'm just showing you that you can be in any time frame, open any other this thing as support and resistances. So let's go now to the 1 hour, right? And the 1 hour, we can do the same thing on the 1 hour. We'll do it quickly on the 1 hour. Let's go back a bit. And the thing is, you can go as far back as you want, but really it is recommended don't go too far, maybe a month, 2 months. That would help, just that it gives you a guide. So daily, sorry, this is the 1 hour. This 1 hour, we normally we were using some kind of purple. So you could choose any purple, right? So this is the 1 hour. You can also choose your color schemes. It doesn't really matter. Some people don't even choose a color at all, but we use that so that it becomes a little bit easier. So when maybe you are demonstrating something, we know that, oh, this lines that are showing, it is this particular support and resistance, you know. So you just will walk the line and find where there are two places that was a sticking point. Walk them. The price action are here. There's one. And then I'm using option H. Walk is almost close. Okay, there's another one here. Even though I might just decide to ignore it, but let's put it there. All right, this is almost close. It's fine. So now we go all the way to the top. Yeah. Option H. There's another one at the top here. Option A. We come all the way down to the bottom. There's a drop. And then let's use that one. We could use this or ignore it. The top, support resistance, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll still walk the line this close, so we leave it. This is hitting the previous ones. Maybe that one. This basically judgment. So, and then that's that. And then we're done. You understand? So that is support and resistance. Once we've done that, we then go and then put it in a folder. Select the first one. You can use either command and then keep selecting. Sorry. What was that? So select the first one. Command, keep selecting. Oh God. And then you go and you create your folder. When you create the folder, you call it the name 1 hour. Some people use the hour before the one. They do like H1 or whatever. But based on the some kind of trading platforms, that's the way they name it. So now you lock it, you close it, and then you're done. So it's clean. Do you understand? So if you want to see those lines, you just open it. Then you see your lines. You want to see the 4 hour, you go into the 4 hour, and then you open it, and then you see your lines. If you want to go to the daily, you go to the daily time frame at the top, and then you open your daily, and you see your lines. Okay, that is as simple as that. Is that clear? If that's clear, what I'm going to do is I would wish for you to take this home. We're going to stop the podcast. Tomorrow we have another lecture. Tomorrow we'll be doing psychological levels. I don't want to confuse you. So please take this away. If you guys have questions, we're going to still be on the podcast till 8:30. And so you can ask your questions. I'm going to stop the recordings and then you guys could ask your questions. Okay.